Yep.
What's up, folks? It's your girl Lisa with the Z, and we are back with another episode. And we are bringing back a veteran on the Fight podcast here. We have had him featured before in the beginning of the podcast, and I'm super excited to bring him back with his Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship prospect debut. Sean Bam Bam Hotusing. Welcome back, man.
Hey,
Thank you
I
for
love
coming.
to be back. Like I told you, since the beginning, you've been grinding, and that's what I support. People that grind and don't stop, and you have progressed. I see you in the beginning, and I see you now. So let's give a round of applause to Liza with a Z podcast.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey,
I've also seen your progression not only as a fighter, as a businessman, and just your overall growth as a person. So shout out to you, Sean. It's really great to have you on here. I'll always have mad respect for you and your hustle. And you keep me inspired. All my fighters keep me inspired to keep pushing because this is the game. It's all about levels. It's all about unity, bringing people together. It's a tough fight game to be in. Some people make it, some people don't, and you're one of the few people that, I mean, you challenge everybody, and you're one of the toughest people I know. So thank
hey, I
you for coming
appreciate
on
it.
the show today. And
Thank you for
yeah,
having me.
yeah.
Thank you for
So
having me.
what's up with you? Where you at right now?
Well, right now I'm in Dallas because I'm trying to get this big fight feel. And as you know, Jake fights Nate. You know what I'm saying? That's interesting in itself. Always go for the MMA guys. That's a whole other conversation. It's hard to doubt Jake. It's hard to doubt Jake. He knocked out Tyron Woodley because I never thought that would happen. And I was sitting ringside and he definitely knocked him out. So I don't know what's going to happen tonight, but I'm here in Dallas. Funny fact, though, I was actually born in Dallas, Texas, but I was
Okay,
adopted before I was one. So this is the first time I've been
okay.
back. So I guess, in my hometown. I guess.
You are okay. Well, we know that you're a Miami guy for sure. I did put up a poll on my Lisa with the Z podcast stories on who would, the community choose as far as the Jake Paul Nate Diaz fight, and most of the community, of course, voted for Nate Diaz, myself included. But you know what? I'm gonna give it to Jake Paul because that man's a businessman. He knows what he's doing. He has the right support. He trains. He puts in the work. He makes money. So you can't hate on him. He chooses the toughest opponents and he gets in there. And so, you can't say that about a lot of people in the industry. So I
That's
know that
true.
this is going to be a major fight tonight. I know you're going to be in the building. I'm excited to see that fight go down and we'll see. So good luck to the both of you, Jake and Nate Diaz. All right, so let's tap into bare knuckle because I know that you've been putting a lot of social media out there and training videos showing that you wanted to sign on to BKFC, which is one of the fastest growing organizations. I love the BKFC organization. I've been to many of their fight cards, interviewed a lot of their fighters. So tell me a little bit about the Prospect Series.
Well, I could tell you this. I'll start it like this. Before it was even cool to try out for bare knuckle, I was doing it. And I would bring other
Yeah,
fighters, whether it be female fighters or male fighters, pay the hotel before it was a cool thing. Before these guys even thought about fighting, I was already trying to do bare knuckle. I was already making my pro debut. So I've been at it for a minute, but it never just made sense because, as you know, one moment to the next, I was fighting this UFC fighter called Trey for $400. Next day, I guess my talented in the hip hop industry and the bodyguard business was appreciated. So it took like its own route. So it didn't make sense to come back and fight for chump change when I was trying to build my brand, as you know. Um, but I got a phone call, and this prospect series just made a lot more sense. It's in my hometown, 6 minutes from where I live. Um, and if you know one thing Bam Bam does do is throw hands. I've been trying to get involved for a long time, over 3 years. It just didn't make sense, as you know, with my business and the way things have been going. But it made sense this time because the company is growing and I could grow with the company. And I feel like they see Bam Bam as a brand as it has grown through the last 2, 3 years. And really, it's just grown because people have seen me fall and get back up and fall and get back up. And then they saw me fall a few more times and get back up more times than I felt. And that is what the Bam Bam brand is. I don't plan on doing no falling August 24th, um, but I do plan on rising my stock.
like did you have to try out, or was it that they just automatically said they wanted to have you come into the Prospect Series?
That's a good question. By did I have to try out? I've been trying out for the last 5 years before people even thought about it. So I've been doing that. No, did I necessarily have to try out for this one? No, I didn't. But I've been trying out before people. It was even a thing. Like I said, I brought female and male fighters with me to try out when it was not even cool. A lot of fighters are 3-0, 4-0, weren't even fighting at the time that I was trying out. But no, this one, no. They called me. It made sense. The guy's coming from Italy. He's got over 50 pro kickboxing fights. He's got over 5 bare knuckle fights. He has experience in the BKFC. His name's Dimitri something. I don't really pay attention to the details because I'm going there to do what my coach has trained me to do, and that's put my hands on this guy.
I know you're going to build your name in this sport. David Feldman made no mistake in making the call to making sure that you were featured on his fight card for the Prospect Series. So you said what teams are you training under as well?
So in this last few years, you guys have seen me. It's been an up and down roller coaster. The top of the top, and then the bottom of the bottoms, and then the middle of the middles. And the people that have been there for me throughout it all and didn't turn their back on me was Ghost Shed. Now, y'all can say that's an MMA gym, but MMA, loyalty, it's all the same thing. They were there for me when nobody was. So I owe them my loyalty. Asim has always been great with me, but I'm training majorly with my boxing coach, Hall of Famer, Juan Arroyo, wherever he says to go, if it's the beach, if it's this gym, if it's that gym, whatever he says to do, I've totally given myself to him, and we plan on putting out a good presentation, a good performance, and putting out a good product on August 24th.
I look forward to seeing your debut. I know a lot of other people are. Is there anybody you want to shout out today, or any other things you want to say in regards to the BKFC Prospect Series?
I want to thank the BKFC for the opportunity to perform in my hometown, my coach for sticking with me, Ghost Chef for being there for me, my fiance, more importantly, my dad and my brother, and the most important person of all is my daughter, Bella. Your dad is just trying to make you proud. Don't listen to this and that. Your dad will be right here, and he'll be right back. Daddy loves you. August 24th, if you're my sponsor, send me your logos. On Monday, I'll be back in Miami, finish dropping off all the tickets. Thank you for your support. God bless.
Don't blink, fight fans. You can expect a show out of Bam Bam here at BKFC. Thank you so much, Sean Bam, for coming on the show. I appreciate you. Mad love and support. You can count on Lisa with a Z being in your corner always.
Thank you.
And this is the Lisa with a Z podcast where we highlight everybody on their fight journey and more.
August 24th, BKFC.